thing, new year, so, I mean, most people will know who I am already. It's okay, he's gonna film it for people who aren't here.
Yep. You're not even.
Post it on our Facebook page, so they know, so now you're on camera again, right? You know, yeah, I'm not gonna turn around at all. But you should know me, I'm Coach Johnson. That's why I said Kate was just asking. Most everybody's known me for 3 or 4 years, and the seniors still have known me because I've been helping out volunteering with the varsity anyway for basically the last 9 years. So I've been coaching for 26 years. So again, we don't have a lack of experience on something here. Coach Letourneau is our JV coach. And the question everybody's been asking initially is, when are we getting a freshman coach, or who that is? We are the coach. We, based on our numbers, based on the number of games that are out there and a lack of conflict, and just what we decided to do this year is to kind of keep it in-house and try to keep things the way we want to get it started, get it going again. What I would point out, the reason I do that, I'm pretty big on having my thumb down on everything we do. It doesn't matter what it is. My biggest goal is, if you've ever been in that gymnasium, there is nothing on that wall for girls basketball. That's a huge thing. I've been coaching cross country the last 5. That was one of our goals, is to get stuff up there, and we've been up there 3 times now in the last 3 years. So it'd be nice to get something up there for girls basketball. So that is a huge goal of ours. So what's going to happen this year with the coaching? Everybody's going to practice together at the same time. We're going to be in the same gym doing the same things. Everybody from top to bottom is going to know what's going on, and we're just going to make it work for the games and how that goes on. Because most of it is not a conflict of what goes on, and pretty much because of the number of girls that said they were going to sign up and play, we've got plenty of slots, because we want everybody that wants to work and do stuff to get an opportunity to do something, and we want that program to build. And our biggest thing is, at the lower levels, people are going to play. We want everybody to get better. It's just like the middle school. I've been down the last couple of home games already, watching them, talking to those kids. We want that getting built up. I mean, the varsity one, I don't care about anybody's record except for the varsity. Everybody else, we want you getting better. So that's the biggest deal about that stuff. We will have people then, a lot of the freshmen and sophomores will both playing the JV games, the freshmen will have plenty of time with the few games they have. We'll probably have a few people up on the varsity as well. But the thing is, everything's open for fighting for those spots. Everybody should be ready to do that from day one. Okay? So, one thing Mr. Geit gave me that's up here is that for the home girls games, just having somebody take tickets. They'll only have one spot, because they'll only open up the one side for bleachers anyway. So we only need really 1 or 2 people to want to sit together at that table when they walk in. If you know some games that you already can do that, sign up on the way out tonight. Otherwise, just let us know what games you might be able to sit there and do that as well. The other thing that we'll try to do, he gave out some information on the concessions that are open for doing fundraising. So what we'll try to do is do some of the boys' games, because that's a night that we're not playing. I'd rather have us not do our own games, because then people want to be watching the game. So we'll look at that. The other thing, that people that are gone, what we're going to do, I've got a rep coming in to sell the Casey's cards. Monday night, our first practice. They are $20. On that card, they've got the punches for free pizza with buying a specialty pizza. They've got free breadstick stuff, 10 cents off gallons of gas, different things. We get to keep 12 out of each 20 bucks. What we use this money for, I am big on rewards, huge on rewards. We will have pop and Gatorade to give away for a lot of things. So we'll have a donation night on the Meet the Indians night. We'll have a Meet the Indians and stuff. But we do stuff for, you get a charge, you get a pop or Gatorade. You have more steals than turnovers, you're going to get a reward. The other big reward is, I asked the other day, Sarah, you ready for your quiz again? What's on the back of our t-shirts this year?
Defense wins games, offense just makes it fun.
Yes, defense wins games. So we have a team goal, and I'll have a sheet for our stats and stuff. it will be on points allowed or given up in the games. I'll have to adjust it for girls basketball. I don't quite know what the good average is going to be right now, but we will have an average for that. And when a team wins their game and holds that team to that average or below, they get pizza for that level. So that's another reason we need money. I've had some teams get pizza once or twice in a year. The most I've had a team is 17 out of 21 wins one year. That's a lot of pizza to buy. But it's well worth it when a team plays that well and plays together and plays good defense like that all the time. So that's a big deal. So that's one of the promotions. The other thing is, I ordered a few extra of our shirts. We have some short sleeve, some long sleeve. We have some, hi, how you doing? We have some sweatshirts. So we'll have those available if the girls want to get an extra one, because at camp this summer, when they came to camp, they got short sleeve shirts. If they want some of the other ones, we've got that. We got the middle school, ordered a bunch of them too now. I'm going to be big on promoting girls basketball too. That's something else that you guys will have to get used to. Putting in the paper, the girls have probably seen around school, the TVs in the school that are up, they are from my department. Those are mine to put stuff on. We've had cross-country stuff up this fall. There's going to be girls basketball stuff up there. You will be promoted within this building a lot too, Grace, don't worry. So that is a big deal for me too. And the other thing we'll have, if you've walked in this building, you see the boys basketball record board that's up. That's something that I started when I was the boys head coach here, and I've got those records. We are doing the same thing for the girls program. So if you know anybody that played in the past, we want those records. We want any of those stats, and we will be getting a board in the future for the girls as well. And during the year, we will have a pamphlet for people to look at so they can start seeing those records. And that's, again, another thing we want the girls shooting for. What can they do to get on that record board? What can they do to get in that top 10 list of records? That way they can focus on a bunch of different things. Okay? So let's flip through the handout real quick. We've handed out, some of the people will have to fill out the IHSA form. They'll have to fill out the concussion form. We want to make sure that all gets in. Of course, the sports fee, they're cracking down on that much more because we have had some people in other sports not either pay their fees or even bounce checks. So that's a big deal right now. So they're talking about making sure everything's in before that first transaction. You'll see the rules are broken up into a couple different things. Seems like a lot of reading, but again, we want things to be done right from top to bottom. To me, that starts with a lot of the discipline. Under specific basketball guidelines on that first page that we turn in, there will be dress codes for games. We will be dressing up for games. Certain games will have other things we'll do. Well, maybe some days it'll be wear the team shirt. If we're wearing sweats on a given day, that's another thing I'd like to have in the future, is other things to wear. And that's the thing about raising money sometimes. But we will look like a team. We will look like a team in the building. I want people to know that it's a game day for us. I want them to know who you guys are. As much as you may not want that, I want them to know. I want people to want to come watch us play. The dress code for games, what we wear, how to sub in. Even the thing that I got there, it seems weird to say towels, but when we sub in, I really do not like people going, I got you, and you walk in and out and nobody knows what's going on, and there's 6 players on the court. You are going to literally be handing that towel. In the middle school, you should have been used to that, right? You give that towel to that person so they know who you're going in for, and you already had to have that communication. That's another big thing about what we're doing. Conduct on the bus. You guys better bring your headphones. So again, quiet on the bus. Middle school should have been used to that already again on the way to the bus, on the way to the games. We are thinking about those games. We are getting ready. We will have scouting reports at times once I can get that going. But not using that cell phone to just play games or be dabbing. At the games, this is another change, I know. Parents, I would love your help on this, making sure they are where they are supposed to be when those games start. They are not there to be socializing. They are there to play a game. And they are there to watch the other team and cheer the other teams on. Again, this is a program. We are all in this together. So the freshmen are at everything when there's a home game. The varsity and JV kids are at those home games for the freshmen. They may be asked to work the game, to videotape the game, but the other thing is I will be quizzing you about those games. So when that JV game is going on, those varsity kids are going to have to watch and they're going to have to know what offense and defense they saw. Because that's probably what they're going to run the varsity game. Or if it's a freshman team we're watching, whatever it is, I will be asking you. This is like studying for stuff sometimes. I am big on stats. That's why we will have videotapes of the games. We'll have the stats. You'll know how you're doing positively, because we will rank stuff. One of the other big stats we keep track of besides baskets and assists and turnovers is deflections or causes. Did you cause something to happen? Did you get a tip on that ball? Did you even tip it so we got the rebound? Did you kick it out of bounds? Most people think that's a bad thing. That's a good thing. You disrupted the flow of the game. So there's a lot of little things that we'll be watching so that hopefully you will try to do those things much better. The next page, coaching girls. This is a big deal. Because I've been coaching cross country, now with girls basketball, girls this summer. Found this out a little bit. I don't know once they came home and told the parents. But my own cross country kids have had issues with it sometimes. One, I will not see sports bras or bras at practice. I don't need to feel uncomfortable. It is not part of your uniform when you go to a game, except that you're wearing it underneath your stuff. So again, you will have that covered up. We will not have shirts cut, slit down to the waistline, let alone we are also wearing our practice jerseys. We even got new pennies, so to speak, to wear, not full stuff, but multiple colors, so that we can do all of those different drills we're doing with the different people and not having to worry about who's what color. So that was something else we were able to get this summer with the money from camp. Bring your own water bottle. Have that filled up and ready to go when we start practice. We do not take official water breaks. They are to be drinking as much water as they can. Once that water is empty, I expect them to have to fill it up. We got to stay hydrated. But what I've discovered a lot of times is when we take breaks or kids come out to get drinks, they dawdle. They kind of hang out, and we don't have time. We need to keep things going. Their break time is they should be happy when I start talking, when I take a break. But otherwise, they get drinks all they want while they're in the gym. While they're in the end of that line, go get your water bottle, get a drink, come back and get in line. Practice time begins at the time stated. When we say get there at 3 o'clock, it does mean 3 o'clock. 10 minutes to get to your locker to put your stuff away, get down to the gym, and get in the gym. I know it can be done, again, because of the years I've coached. If you know what the expectation is, you can get it done. If you can get from one class to the other and to your locker in 4 minutes, if you don't like it all the time, you can get to your locker, get down to the gym, and be on that gym floor in 10 minutes. Those take a little work. The practice schedule stuff we put there, what I will ask you guys to do, if you have a Gmail account, to send me your email. I have this on Google Calendar, and then that way you can just log and have that Google Calendar sent to you. I'll attach it to you, share it to you, and so that way anything I change, you automatically get that update. So if you don't have a Gmail account, I'd advise it's a great thing to have even just for this. If you've got it on your phone, that's one of the things that I already have, so that'll be up online. And we have the 2 Facebook pages. And I put that in here. The reason we have 2 is one is for the public that wants to be your fans, other people you want to share that with so they can look at. I will put our news articles on there, our game reports that go on there. But when it's the private stuff for the team, it's that closed group. Right now there's only 23 members in that closed group. The closed group one should be the players and the parents. And that one's going to be when I do the practice times. Because when you're in a closed group, you get the notifications faster, right? You signed up for that. You'll get that direct notice then. But everybody in the world doesn't need to know those specific things. Okay? But the open one would be if you've got relatives or friends and friends in school. That's the other big way to share that stuff and have people pay attention to that. I know for cross country that's also worked very well. It's kind of cool that relatives get to see that stuff and read those articles. I'm big on the no swearing. I will not swear. If I swear or the coach swears, we got push-ups too. And that goes to the respect of the game and the rules that are allowed during a game. You see on number 4, we've got shooting before school. If you shoot well, you won't have to come in early. But when I've looked at the stats over the last, 6 to 9 years, we do not have anybody shooting over 60% from the free throw line. Most of them are in the 40s or 50s. The goal is 67%. Shooting from the field, the goal is 40%. The last half dozen years right now, we're averaging 22% from the field. Even last year, 19 games, shot about 23%. That will not win many games on the varsity level. And if you want to shoot threes, I'm all for it if you can shoot threes, but you need to hit 25 to 30% of those. Right now, most people are shooting between 10 and 18. You are at 20. So my thing is, you want to shoot those, you need to spend a little extra time shooting those. And I've had kids literally swear off shooting threes because they don't want to come shoot extra threes to get better at doing it. That's fine, that's your choice. But we want you to get better so that you're doing that. And that's still, I'll make time to set up that shoot away. You'll be able to get your shots in pretty quick. I know you love shooting over that net. Teammates, number 5. No problems. Ladies, we know, those of you that had me at middle school, if there is a problem between teammates, and I find out, Nicole, where do we hash that out? Right there on the court, don't we? We are done. It gets over with. There is nothing to go on. You take care of that stuff. When we are on the court, when we're in the locker room, you are a team. We are getting along. We're not doing any of those other things. And of course, we may have to change rules as we see because you can't account for everything in here. The rest of this is just a lot of our regular kind of things of what somebody should be doing. Number 10 on the next section, though, about attendance. This is probably another area that I've had to give a lot of warnings and people, again, if you've had me before, you know that I will follow through with those rules. The big thing is, excused absences are included on there. Those are emergencies, medical stuff, family emergencies. It could be a death in the family, whatever. But vacations are not excused. That's a choice. You're going on vacation. I've already had somebody talk to me about going to a Bears game. I've got a vacation already talking to me during the season. The big thing is, it's real simple. If you have a number of excuses or absences on that, you are going to sit because you only can acquire so many. If you're tardy too many times, you will sit. And if you miss a game, you sit a game. So we need you there. You're signing up to have a commitment. You need to be there. Okay? So make sure you keep track of what you need to miss for. You need to see me ahead of time. And it's amazing how many people forget to contact the coaches and let them know what's going on. Okay? So make sure we find out. Injuries. If you've got an injury, we need to know if it's an injury. I will tell you right now, I do not know if you're injured or if you're just sore. If you're injured, you're going to the trainer. If you're not, if the trainer says you got to do more, you go to the doctor. Those of you that have been sent to a doctor before know that doctor will probably tell you immediately, sit 2 weeks. So we need to know, are you really hurt and injured or not? But it's not going to be me making that determination. You will immediately see the trainer. And so I put stuff in there about if you roll your ankle, get an ankle brace. Start wearing that thing all the time. We don't want you injured. We want you taken care of. If you need to see the trainer, get in and see the trainer immediately. Okay? If you've got 7th-hour study hall, or anybody that's got IBIC in the afternoon, those people can get down there at 2:30. She's here by 2:20, 2:30. They can get started on that earlier too. Practice equipment, that's basic. Games again are on there. Hazing's a big thing with the school now, guys, because of other local schools that have had issues. Athletic directors probably know all about that stuff. Again, you got to report to us too if something's going on. If you think something's going on, that's why we can't tolerate anything, that misbehavior stuff, and what's going on. chain of commands there, and then the 24-hour rule. The 24-hour rule, to me, the school's always had that rule. My bigger thing is give everybody a 24-hour break. If we've had a big win, and I've had this happen as a coach, we're all happy and one person's unhappy and they want to talk about it then, you've just ruined it for everybody else. And I've seen that happen here where a parent was upset and even interrupted the handshake line when the team was excited about a big win. It ruined the night for everybody. As a coach, on a big win, that's all we're talking about is that we had a big win. We want to enjoy that. When we've had a loss, trust me, I'm assuming you're all having a bad day. I mean, I shouldn't go in the locker room after a game and a loss and people are messing around. But again, we're already all feeling bad. You will find me less likely to chew somebody out after a bad game because I already know they all feel bad. We're going to talk about it more the next day when we come to practice about what we need to do to get better and what we made mistakes on than having a big session that night. So hopefully everybody follows through with that. That is the big deal on that is nobody's in the mood to talk when it's a bad night and everybody wants to enjoy that win on a good night. Okay? Again, the information for our Facebook pages there, they're both called Sandwich Indians Girls Basketball. All you need to look is the one you have to ask to join. The other one, it's public for that information. And then it's just a couple sheets on things that I like about, that I found over the years, about coaches, parents, and the athletes. About how to be supportive for the team, supportive for the program, that we're all in this together. We all want the best for everybody. And being there for your own child after the games, whether it's a win or a loss. And how to get better on that, and how we can try to work together on that stuff all together. So, anybody currently have a question? We're all good right now?
Great.
That sounds great, Tanya. Thank you very much. So that is it for tonight. If you've got any other questions about this stuff, come on up. And remind everybody